Hello, boys, girls, and everything in between. Welcome to Mitternach's review of the VK3002M. Yes, it's the German Tier 6 medium tank leading to the Panther and leading up to the E50 and the E50M and the Panther 2 at Tier 8. What is it? Well, it's a baby Panther. It's a snipey, thinly armored, not all that mobile medium tank, and you play this like you would the Tiger at Tier 7, as in you sit somewhere and you snipe, but because you are a medium tank, you can be mobile. You do get them extra mobility that the Tiger doesn't get. So it means late game you can actually go around and mop up, which the Tiger can do, but not as well. This is a good precursor to the Panther. This teaches you very much how to play the Panther. This playstyle is very, very similar. The armor profile is very similar. So nothing surprises you really when you get to the next tier. The armor on the front is only 60, angled at 45 degrees, so armor's not too good. The lower plate's actually thicker than the upper plate, which makes absolutely no sense. But you know, whatever, mortal tanks. Sides are actually 40, so you can, at tier 6, you can actually side scrape against everything that's not an IS-3 or an IS-6, which is pretty nice. I think you can even side scrape against T-34s if you really try. So that's good. 40 side armor means side scraping is an option in most cases. So you can actually tank versus heavier tanks, especially if they're dumb enough to keep shooting you at your angled sides, because that's an auto bounce for most of that, as long as you don't show too much of your sides. Again, the armor on this thing is not very reliable. You're not going to bounce pretty much anything off your front upper plate. It's only about 80 to 90 effective, and even if you angle, overexposing your sides, you're not going to get more than 100 out of this. And what tank doesn't have 100 pen at tier 6? So you might bounce like a Chaffee off your front if you angle a bit. That's about it, really. Not much is going to bounce off your front, apart from tier 4s. And you can kill tier 4s in 2 or 3 shots, so you really and you'll see them first because this thing has pretty good view range, which we'll get onto in a bit. So whole armor is useless. Ass is only 40, same as the sides, so don't expect much out of that. And that's an annoying bug. Turret armor, we have 100 on the turret actually, which isn't bad, but again, it's not going to save you. What doesn't have 100 pen at tier 6? Your mantlet can bounce, just don't rely on it. It's a bit flat in the middle, because this is the Panther's mantlet. So historically, when things like Jacksons and Shermans with high velocity shells shot at the front of Panthers, they would ignore the hull and they try to aim at the middle of the mantlet, because mantlet's only 100 thick. Which I don't know if that's historical, but that is the weak spot of the mantlet on this tank, is there's no armor behind the mantlet, so it's only this 100 millimeters of thick armor here. And Sherman Firefly crews used to aim at this, and they used to aim straight at the mantlet and try to hit the flat parts. So historically, this is how Allied crews say they could knock out Panthers, shooting through the flat part of the mantlet. As you can see, it's very flat there. Obviously the cupola, so if you try and go hull down, for one, they can shoot this part of your mantlet. You'll get bounces off the upper and bottom parts, and you won't bounce off the cheeks or your turret ring, unfortunately. And again, that giant cupola is only 80 thick, and they can hit it pretty much almost anywhere apart from the very edges. So top's actually only 45. And on top of that, you have a slightly exposed turret roof, which can be auto-penned by pretty much everything that'll shoot at you. So yeah, Panther is, the baby Panther, sorry, you don't play this thing for the armor. VK3002M, from the sides, nothing. And back of the turret is nothing. So, when it comes to making your armor work, side scrape, you can try hold down, just try not to get shot back at as best you can. 2000 DPM, which is actually worse than the Sherman Jumbo, which we're comparing it to. Better alpha damage, better pen, better accuracy. So these stats show it's a bit of a sniper, because you have less DPM, but you're more accurate and you have better pens. So you will do more consistent damage at range, which is really nice. 840 health, which is actually almost 100 more than the Sherman, which is nice. A better turret than the Sherman, which is strange, because the Americans are known for their turrets, but you know. Actually have a faster top speed, which is interesting, I think. You're a bit slower, less maneuverable. You're not going to circle any tanks. 30 traverse speed, 30 degrees a second, you're not going to circle heavy tanks. You're not going to circle anything with that. You can get behind a T-95, but this thing can't find those things anyway. So, apart from slow Tier 7 and 8 TDs, you're not going to get behind anybody and circle them. It's just not going to happen. Your power weight to ratio is not bad, actually. This thing doesn't feel very fast when it's accelerating. The gun you have... Well, the grind is basically you use the Panzer III Force gun, or the Panzer Force gun. 110 pen until you grind the L70, which is a really good gun. You gotta love the L70. 150 pen, 135 damage a shot. Reload is about 4 seconds, so you can get that down to like 3.5 with crew skills. Aim time, 0.34 seconds, which is really nice, actually. And yeah, let's get on to the replay then.
Move out.
So here we find ourselves on Malinovka in a top tier game against a team of people that probably should be in a salad. Yes, I just called them tomatoes, get over it. What we're going to do in our snipey German medium tank is get to a good sniping position. Place I like for this is this little hill if you spawn east on Malinovka Encounter, because you can sit over here and snipe things, and life is good, because nothing can see you, and you have good view range, and there's bushes. And I have a habit of getting spotted with these bushes a lot, so I'm not too keen on poking my head through them. But seeing as I'm top tier, I should be fine. And I forget, like, I'm in a medium tank, which actually has a bit of camo. The camo on this thing isn't amazing, but it's a medium tank, so it's got okay camo. And I don't want to knock that tree down and let anyone know I'm here. And there we go, I see a Stug. There's one shot out. And there's Dickermax doing what Dickermax does. So, one dead already. Just peeking the bushes. The reason I'm so careful in this thing is because A, you don't have a lot of armor or health, and B, you're not very fast to accelerate if shit hits the fan. Set the ARL on fire there. Got kind of lucky. Must have hit his fuel tank. And fire burns out, and someone else finishes him off, so that works. So thus far I've been the only person to actually spot anything. I lie, the ARL's actually done something, but... This is how you play a lot of German tanks. You sit in a bush, and you shoot things. So, you think of yourself like a light tank with a really good gun, and you lack the maneuverability of a light tank, that was the other problem. I don't know where that shell went.
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit. Penetration. Critical hit.
It is tracks. And I thought he'd keep going there, so I fired blind. I was wrong, but oh well, he's dead now. He's known as Little M4 as being annoying. And I don't have a shot at him, so I see if I can get anyone on the cliff. No one, so I was the M4. Now, as you can see, he's only taken one shot, and he's only at 300 health. We can kill that guy in 3 shots, which is really nice. Considering how fast your gun fires. The DPM isn't the best in the world. It's over average. It's over 2,000, so it's not bad at all. It's just a little mosquito bite damage with this gun. Just adds up the longer you can keep the gun firing. So we've lost the hill now, and I don't see this position being too effective for much longer. And I'm thinking here, should I go help that side, or should I stay here and snipe, or... I decided to wait a bit. Because the Dickermax can spot anything coming down the hill. And even though we've killed 5 of them, we're still... This isn't a set-in-stone victory yet.
Penetration. Enemy armor is damaged.
Wiggling my mouse around trying to find that arrow, but he's obviously hiding behind something. I could have shot his ass there, I didn't realize that, but oh well. He just pulls forward now into my shot, which works. I missed the first one.
Penetration.
And I say, screw it, someone else is gonna kill him.
Enemy armor
Aim
is
for the
hit.
KV.
Enemy armor is damaged. Penetration.
He must have spotted me, somehow he did that. Which really, he must have had binoculars or something. Don't know what else it would have been. Right, so the Dirkamax over there, who was spotting, is now dead. Which isn't good. So, sorry. So now I'm going to push up the 0 line, scout the hill, and I don't want to suppose that those are the last of the people that were on the hill, because sometimes when people push off the hill like that, if they die, there will be people sitting back trying to snipe for them that didn't push up with them, so I'm supposing maybe the Hellcat's over there. Maybe the T1 Heavy's on the hill. I don't know, it's hard to say because they haven't been spotted the entire game, so it's not safe to assume anything at this present moment. But as you can see, the maneuverability of this thing, it's barely hitting 30 going up these small slopes. And yeah, it's... once it hits a top speed, it can keep going. It needs to hit the top speeds first. And that's the thing. Acceleration's quite poor. So I say here, let my binoculars go up. Sitting in the bush. No one should have seen me, hopefully. But you know how the spotting system in this game works. You get bullshit spots all the time. It's ridiculous. So we're just gonna go up the hill. Their SU-8's just killed our SU-100, but probably deserved it for driving through the open. Driving through the middle of a field, so yeah. The thing with this gun is you cannot snapshot with it, you really have to let it aim. It really hates... Look at that. Yeah, you have. Yeah, just never expect this gun to hit anything unless you actually aim the damn thing. This should have killed him there. I should have two-shot him. No, but I roll low, and then he does that. Takes half my health. Because why would Russian artillery gun cannon need to aim? No. The least accurate artillery on the entire Russian line. Why would that ever need to aim at me once? That SU-8's really, really horrible, actually. The accuracy of that thing is really bad. So, whatever. RNG fucks you sometimes, and sometimes it helps you. It tends to fuck you more than otherwise, but that's just the way I feel about it. So, and another thing, this gun depression isn't great. You're not gonna be too well at peeking over hills. Like, I struggled there to get gun depression on that T1 Heavy.
Enemy is hit.
He actually bounces off my gun mount there, which is nice, which gives me a chance to shoot him again. And he's dead. As you can see, it takes a while to crank out damage with this tank because it doesn't have fantastic DPM due to the high penetration. That is the way they balance out high penning guns, is they tend to give them slightly lower penetration. So, it works. So the only thing I'm worried about now is where the Hellcat's hiding. He could be anywhere, but first off, we just pick this gun. Oh, we find a bishop. So fuck him in the ass. Low damage roll. Low damage roll. Low damage roll. That might have been high, but you know, RNG just today has just been awful. Did you watch some more low damage rolls happen? Oh, that was low damage roll again. Yeah, RNG. Well, that's the end of the game for me. I try to slide down here and I take it a little too fast, and that happens.
We've lost a track.
And Hellcat gets the kill, and that's the end of the game. Just having a look at the results of that game. You can see 40,000 credit income. That was a times 5 XP actually, so that was almost 8,000 XP for that. 28 at 38 shots hit, 800 assisted damage, which is not as good as our 3,600 damage, which is alright. Top of the team, 4 kills, 3,500 damage should have been more than 4 kills in my opinion, but you know, their ARL 44 actually came top of their team. And yeah, that's just what a VK3002M can do on a medium to long range map when it can snipe. Good luck playing this thing on a city map though, because the front of this tank is so long you can't peek around corners too well. The armor means if you get shot at, you get penned almost every time. All in all, not a bad tank. I'll review the Panther once I get it, and the other German medium tanks. Thanks for watching, have a good one, and sayonara.